to replace her for today only. Sorry. It's only one day. Yeah. So I could use the help. If I get stuck, please jump in. First item of business is approval of minutes. We have two sets of minutes for October 30th, 2025 and November 6th, 2025. We have a motion to approve.
I move to approve the minutes from October 30th and November 6th.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimously. Next item is approval of the agenda. Do we have any changes to the posted agenda?
So I think there was a walk-in from engineering.
That's actually on the agenda, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Amended.
Oh,
Okay. So seeing that, we'll move on to, well, I guess we'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimously. So first item of business, opening bids for a hybrid police pursuit SUV. So I believe we have some bids open. We'll-
Check to see if there's any in the, if anybody's here to submit.
Yes,
some.
if anybody here would like to submit a bid, now's your chance. So we'll just read the name of the company submitting the bid and the total bid price. So the first one would be Vogler, V-O-G, Vogler, V-O-G-L-E-R Motor Company, Carbondale, Illinois. Their bid was $229,865. Next is bid from Broadway Ford from St. Louis, Missouri. Their total bid was $233,993.15. Next bid is from EB Ford. They're from Goshen, Indiana. And the total bid price is $229,505. Last one. Okay, last bid. Jordan Automotive, Mishawaka, Indiana, $232,750. That's it. So we'll refer these to legal department.
I'll motion that we forward these to the legal department for review.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimously. Okay, next item.
There no that we use all for police person. Or not separate the little things.
There were five. Please.
Okay, so that we don't have anything for, we have
Oh, that's,
nothing to open for that.
oh, okay, that was the next item. Request for proposals.
Oh, not for bid, sorry.
So we have, we would be opening proposals if we have any for real estate at 908 North 6th Street. And now if we received any, if anybody's here to submit a proposal, submit forward now. Seeing none. So this will remain or just get referred back to the redevelopment commission.
Just be referred back to the development. It wasn't unexpected.
Okay, fire department's up next. we've got some new recruits going to become full-time firefighters.
All right, to the Goshen Board of Works and Public Safety, I respectfully request approval for the promotion of probationary privates Charles Holderbaum, Brian Gira, and Ryan Renfro to the position of private first class with the Goshen Fire Department effective November 15th, 2025. All three have been a tremendous addition to the Goshen Fire Department. They consistently demonstrate integrity, dedication, and strong commitment to service. Their conduct and performance reflect the values of our department and leave a positive legacy within our community, the community we serve. Thank you.
So do we want to start with Charles?
Should I just do a motion with all three names listed and then you'll swear them in separately? Okay. Then I will move to approve the promotions of probationary private Charles Holderbaum, Brian Gira, and Ryan Renfro to the position of private first class firefighter with the Goshen Fire Department effective November 15th, 2025.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. So we'll swear in the officers now. Step forward, Charles first. We'll have you hold the mic. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to meet. I, Charles Holderbaum,
I, Charles Holderbaum,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge
discharge my duties
as private first class firefighter
as private first class firefighter
of the Goshen Fire Department
on the Goshen Fire Department,
according to the law,
according to the law
to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, next. I, Ryan Renfro,
I, Ryan Renfro,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
so that I will faithfully and impartially
and I will faithfully and impartially
discharge my duties
as private first class firefighter
as private first class firefighter
Goshen Fire Department
on the Goshen Fire Department
according to the law,
according to the law
to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Everybody clear out and we'll move on. Except for you guys. Okay, the next item on the agenda is Kenny Land Tree Works and a request to close a street for tree removal at 812 South 7th Street. And Brad, do you want to, are you going to start this or? Kenny, is Matthew here? Okay, let Matthew start. Welcome.
Thank you. Sorry, I've never done this before.
That's okay. I haven't either.
Okay.
Would you please
Barely.
sign,
Yeah, tell me what to do.
Yes.
would you please sign the register there for start?
You're moving a tree and need to have the street closed. Can you just tell us a little about when and where and
Okay.
what's happening?
I'm requesting a full closure for the road of 7th Street at the section 800 block of 7th Street between East Plymouth Street and the halfway road between the East Plymouth and East Douglas for a full closure on November 18th and 19th from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. to remove a tree contracted by the city of Goshen.
So you're under contract?
Yeah.
And you're asking for 2 days, but it may only be a 1 day.
Most likely, yes. I'm thinking mostly the 18th.
And Brad, do you want to comment on the street closure, the controls?
Brad Minnick, Goshen Engineering Department. So I had shared with him the expectation for traffic control, the type 3 barriers and the barricades depicting a sidewalk closure. So we can ensure the safety of not only his crew, but the traveling public as well. And so he's familiar with what the expectation is there.
Did you have any questions?
I don't know.
Any board members have questions? Comments?
Yeah, will this, if it takes 2 days, will it be closed overnight or will it be reopened? sidewalks
I
and all?
anticipate reopening during the night.
It'd be reopened.
Anybody from the audience have any comments? Seeing none, do we have a motion to approve this request?
I move to approve the request of a full closure of South 7th Street between East Plymouth Street and East Douglas. And this would be from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on, where am I? November or October? Well, November, right? It says up here. Okay, November 18th and 19th of 2025.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Carries unanimously. Good luck. Thank you. Okay, we have a request from the legal department next, and this is regarding air sampling and radon testing in the historic county courthouse building. Christina, do you want to? Oh, you're going to?
It's recommended that the board approve and authorize Mayor Lichty to execute the attached agreement with ACM Engineering and Environmental Services to permit the city to enter into an agreement to perform mold optical air sampling assessment and radon testing in the leased spaces in the historic county courthouse. It's more particularly described in the proposals that were attached to the memorandum. Exhibit A concerns mold optical air sampling, and Exhibit B is for the radon testing. Both of those proposals were dated October 29th. The cost for the mold optical air sampling is not to exceed $4,600, and the cost for the radon testing is not to exceed $4,708.
This applies to, we have two separate spaces that we're leasing in the courthouse. One is for the city court, the other is for fire administrative office. Is this for both?
Correct. It's for the both leased spaces inside that, in the courthouse, and I think the call was either, it was last month that the board approved those lease agreements. For that space.
Any questions from the board? Questions or comments from anybody in the audience? Nope. Okay, good. We have a motion approved.
I move to approve and authorize Mayor Lichty to execute the attached agreement with ACM Engineering and Environmental Services to allow the city to enter into an agreement to perform mold optical air sampling assessment and radon testing in the leased spaces in the Historic County Courthouse, which is more particularly described in the exhibits attached.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. And that approves or carries. Okay, so the next item also from the legal department is approval of an agreement with Kill Architecture and Planning.
Right, so this it's recommended that the board approve and authorize Mayor Lichty to execute the agreement with Kill Architecture Planning to permit the city to enter into an agreement for preliminary architectural design and planning services in the city court police building. Project involves a limited scope remodeling of the existing building here. Phase 1 consists of a schematic design verification, consultation and code study, which at the cost of $9,000. There could be some alternate scopes of work that the city may approve, which was again in the attached agreement. Phase 2, which would be permit and construction documents, has an estimated fee of $65,500. And phase 3, the bidding and construction administration, is not to exceed $14,500. Obviously, standard reimbursable expenses are above state fees. This is generally for some remodeling that will take place in the building that we're in to allow some department shuffling.
This is all related to the historic courthouse because some of the offices that are moving out of here, city court, will now become detective offices for the police department.
Correct.
That allows police department then lower level to expand evidence storage. So it's all interconnected. Need some architectural help to do the design work. Board members have any questions? Back from the audience, any questions? Okay, do you have a motion?
I move to approve and authorize Mayor Lichty to execute the attached agreement with Kill Architectural Planning to allow the city to enter into an agreement for preliminary architectural design and planning services in the city of Goshen Court Police Building, which project is more particularly described as a proposed limited scope remodeling of the existing Goshen Police Building located at 111 East Jefferson Street, Goshen, Indiana.
Second.
Okay, motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimously. We have another question from the legal department regarding our amending our solid waste contract with Waste Management.
Right, so it's recommended that the board approve and authorize the mayor to execute the attached amendment number 2 to the August 10, 2022 contract for solid waste collection services with Waste Management of Indiana LLC. Waste Management provides transport of roll-off containers for the wastewater treatment plant and supplies roll-off containers and transport for other city projects and events. The contract provides for an adjustment in rates that may not exceed the annual percentage change for the previous calendar year as set forth in the Consumer Price Index. The contract, as previously amended, states that a rate adjustment may be made no more frequently than once every 12 months. The last rate adjustment was effective October 9, 2024. The annual percentage change for 2024 set forth in the CPI was 2.7%. Amendment number 2 is to approve in writing that 2.7% increase in all unit rates. The adjusted unit rates would be effective for services provided by Waste Management beginning November 1, 2025.
This doesn't apply to all of our waste removal or That would be Borden, right?
Correct. This is just a part of the agreement with Waste Management of Indiana. It's the transport and containers for the treatment plant and some other city events. It's not the residential pickup and things of that nature. It's just when provision of these roll-off containers for specific purposes.
So recommendation is for a 2.7%. Do you have any comments from the board or questions from the legal department? Any comments or questions? Okay, we're ready for a motion.
I move to approve and authorize the mayor to execute amendment number 2 to the contract for solid waste collection services with Waste Management of Indiana LLC.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried unanimously. Item Facilities Office, we have some uncollected.
Hello. The original amount of unpaid final water and sewer accounts for this period was $8,950.37. Collection letters have since been sent out and payments of $2,369.89 has since been collected. The uncollected amount equals $6,580.48. Therefore, I'm now requesting to move our uncollected finaled accounts from active to collection, sewer lien, and write-offs. These accounts, for the most part, were finalized through Monday, August 25th, 2025.
Okay, any questions for Kelly? I did have a question.
You go right ahead.
So the $6,500 is, do we attempt to collect that?
Uh-huh.
still?
Yep. So down at the bottom of the breakdown, so the water goes to our collection agency, which is Business Professional Services over here on Main Street. They handle our water accounts for us. The sewer lien, the $2,700 that goes to sewer liens over at the county. They collect that for us through property taxes. We get payouts two times a year, May and November. We're pretty successful on the sewer, not so much the water.
Helps it.
Right. And then we try to collect it ourselves too. Of course, like if someone would come in and try to sign up for service and they owe us a bad debt or anything, we would obviously make them good on that before we would allow them new service in our city. So.
Thanks.
Mhm.
I move to approve the request to move our uncollected final accounts from active to collective sewer liens and write-offs.
Second.
Okay, motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimously. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Engineering Department, this is a big one. Welcome, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Andrew Lund, Goshen Engineering. This is for the approval and acceptance of infrastructure for the crossing subdivision phase 2 and phase 3. The installation of infrastructure, public infrastructure, so water main, sanitary and storm sewer, curb, asphalt, and sidewalk that is constructed to date. All of that valued at $925,452.36 has been satisfactorily completed for the above listed project. Engineering Department recommends that the infrastructure be accepted for maintenance. The 3-year maintenance bonds, which equal 10% of the construction costs for this infrastructure, have been submitted to the City of Goshen Engineering Department. I would just like to add a thank you to City Inspector Sunday Van Zyl for her efforts to keep this project on track. So with that, you can see in your memo here, hopefully you all have a copy of the revised memo, the infrastructure breakdown with the details there, listing costs for each utility and street, curb, and sidewalk, and then street details for each street, with cost for the pavement for each street and length, with right-of-way, etc. And then the dedication letter from Mr. Neer Davison of the Barak Group, and the maintenance bonds attached. So we'd like you to consider acceptance of the infrastructure and maintenance bonds for this project.
And again, just repeat what you said, but we have the number you provided is different than what was in the packet.
That is correct. And that is due to some non-public utility costs that were included originally in the cost breakdown. So we had to work with one of their general contractor to get those removed, make sure we're not accepting costs that were attributed to services, which the city does not accept as part of our infrastructure. We did have some quantity changes too, and further review of the as-built drawings had to change a few things, but we're confident in these quantities and the costs that are before you.
And I'll echo your comments about Inspector Sunday and making this a priority. The developer was very anxious about getting this approved and wanting to move things along with building some homes before the weather turned. And so I'm sure he appreciates this.
So
Any questions, comments? Back from the audience, any comments? Anything you want to add? We're ready for a motion.
I move to approve the acceptance of infrastructure of roadway, water main, sanitary and storm sewers and sidewalk for maintenance for the Crossing subdivision Phase 2 and Phase 3 for a total of $925,452.36.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried unanimously. Thank you very much.
thank you.
So we'll move on next to privilege of the floor. This is an opportunity for anybody who has any kind of a comment or question. Was not on the agenda today. Anybody? Nope, seeing none. We'll move on. So the next item, compliance hearings for, we have 3 properties that have gone through the inspection or the enforcement process. And this is, we're not really having a hearing today. It's more just to report back on where we are with these 3 properties.
Correct. Hopefully get this quick PowerPoint. Maybe we actually have it works. 322 West Oak Ridge Avenue. Far away. So, very briefly on this one, this goes back at least 15, 16 years. The earliest we can find of any type of documented enforcement agreement between the Board of Works and the then property owner, which was Ron David Heiser, was back in December of 2009 or July of 2009 rather. So we had multiple various agreements with him through the years. We had some various legal actions with contempt of court and fines in 2019, 2021, 2023. As you can see, eventually with some of the new efforts, building commissioner issued an order to demolish it in July of 2024, which was affirmed by this board. That, I think, was the impetus for the property to be sold. Sold initially to the Artisan Investment Group, who then sold to Eduardo Pizzana and Abel Pizzana in January of this year. Then Pizzana's continued to make significant progress and repairs throughout the year, and it passed final inspections last month. So just kind of side by side here, some before and afters of the front of the property. So deck that they put on. This is the garage. Approved. Inside, obviously, it's a pretty significant transformation there. You can see previously where it was just a story. Stuff. Basement stuff. Bunch of space. Yeah, just briefly update the board. Renovated. And everything
Looks good.
Yeah, a little bit better. Look. So I know on the Oak Ridge property too, there's property right across the street, 321 West Oak Ridge was also last year. Correct. Next one was 423 North Fifth. Or briefly, this has a much shorter history. Building commissioner issued an order in 2024 actually requiring repairs. This board had a hearing in December of last year where it, from that order, it issued some civil penalties for receivership action. Spring of 2025, that eventually led to that property sold to Artisan Investment Group by the former owner, Ron Kaiser. This board entered into an agreement with Artisan in August. This property, along with some others acquiring the property, they have repairs coming in this year. And here, just some 4 paragraphs, you can see I think we should go through these. Behalf of the after is actually a video provided by Artisan. Just automatically.
First time I've ever seen a video in one of these meetings.
Yeah. So obviously this one was a quick turnaround. So the new owners obviously were doing work quickly. This property is directly across from Chamberlain Elementary on Fifth Street, so somewhat visible. You know, the school changes the property. So amazing how quickly they make. And the last property here, 513 North Fifth. Again, very similar to 423, similar track. The orders were issued all at the same time. They were kind of grouped together with that other Fifth Street property. It was in the agreement with Artisan by this board in August. Repairs completed by December. So you'll see the next slide, some before pictures. You can see what the exterior looks like. Brick, and then on the inside, just being jammed full of stuff. Then it should be a video. I always like sometimes the graffiti you get in this. If you're reading this, it's too late.
It's
So,
too-
but here's the finished project. I think in this home, they actually added a bathroom to what was there initially. So it was a 1 bath and they did 2 bath. That's it. And again, this is north of Chamberlain on North Fifth Street. So versus that north side neighborhood there. All 3 of those properties are completed in left. I don't know what they were just a couple years ago.
I think 2 out of the 3 we had at least initiated receivership action.
Correct. The 2 Fifth Street properties were involved in that action, and I believe that action probably led to the sale of those properties.
I think without that, and the board made that possible. Without the, I guess the threat of receivership. Okay. Building Commissioner Myron Grice, do you have any comments? I mean, thanks to you and your team to be part of this result. So thank you. Okay, so I guess ready for a motion to approve claims and adjourn.
Second that motion.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.